Welcome back to Jersey Matters. I'm Larry Menti. As your favorite store closes up, as national brands continue to die, is there a retail apocalypse going on in this country? Our next guest says no. As a matter of fact, he says the whole thing has been overblown. John Holub is the president of the New Jersey Retail Merchants Association. Welcome back. Appreciate you doing this.
Thanks.
Let me go through some headlines real quick. New Jersey quietly closing another New Jersey store after 60 years at a mall. Toys R Us offers huge discounts at closing stores in 11 locations. Abrupt closure of 3 Sam's Club stores in New Jersey costs more than 400 jobs. A 100-year-old department store has filed for bankruptcy after closing dozens of stores, and they're just some of the headlines. Headline after headline after headline, and there's not a retail apocalypse?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I mean, I always say this is more clickbait than anything. Obviously, there's some iconic brands that have difficulties, but over the years, retailers have come and gone. That's nothing new. Now, the industry is transforming and it's changing at a really rapid pace. But I can tell you that the retail industry is a vibrant and healthy industry at this moment. It's one of the best sectors in the whole economy right now.
This isn't happening because everybody's starting to buy their merchandise online?
It's part of it, but it's just, it's always been a very dynamic and competitive industry. And I think that's just been enhanced and accelerated. So some of these folks that haven't been able to compete with the online and other competitors, I think you've seen some of them fall by the wayside because
when you look at these headlines over and over and over again, you see it all the time. Yep. You get the impression that the stores are closing up all over, and there's more stores closing up than opening. It's
really more anecdotal than anything. That the numbers don't support the idea that there's a retail apocalypse. There was a econometric firm just put out a study over the summer that showed we're going to have a net increase of over 4,000 stores in the entire country. This is nationwide facts and figures, but more than 4,000 stores are opening than have closed. So obviously there's some big numbers out there. Some big iconic brands are closing with a large number of stores, but we're having more stores open than closed.
It is anecdotal, but you can't help but drive down the road. I just did the other day, and I saw a Sears that's been closed for 2 years, and where the sign used to be, it just looks like dust. And then there's another mall I went by the other day that a big sign outside said anchor store available. Are the big chains falling while smaller ones are opening up?
No, I mean, it's a combination of everything. I mean, it's really some of the bigger stores are maybe kind of having smaller footprints, a little less square footage, but you're still having a lot of independent retailers open up. It's really just, as I said, it's transforming the way they're doing business. There's no much, and the biggest thing too is people always say, well, it's online is putting bricks and mortars out of business, but it's not. Retailers don't look at that way anymore. It's all one channel. You have to have an online business if you're a bricks and mortar store. Some of these online-only bricks and mortar or online-only stores are opening bricks and mortar operations. So really, a sale is a sale. It doesn't matter if it happens in the store, happens in the online. You have to provide the product that the customer wants, the way they want it, at the price they want it. It's real pretty simple, basic how retail operates. And it's just transforming the way that we're operating.
Yeah, it seems to be industry-based too. Much of it does. And when Borders closed up, it seemed to be a reaction
very
to
retail
Amazon.
Category, absolutely.
And music stores like
Absolutely.
Sam Goody's and Towers closed
Absolutely.
up. Who's going to replace Toys R Us?
Well, I mean, there's a whole lot more people sells toys now. So I mean, that's part of it. And it's just,
like Target and Walmart.
Absolutely, the competition. I mean, I think one thing that the online has created is that a lot more people sell a lot more different retail categories. So you're not necessarily just one specific retail category. And that's where I think you really have the difficulty when you're just focused on maybe one specific category, because there's so much competition out there. But the retail industry we just came off a phenomenal holiday season. Retail sales increased to over 5%.
Retail sales, but do you include online when you do
absolutely.
that?
Yep, absolutely.
How about brick and mortar? Has that taken a hit?
No, we saw an increase. We did see an increase. So overall, both online, obviously online had the largest percentage of increases, but bricks and mortars had an increase as well. So overall, online and bricks and mortar were over 5%.
Now, you gave some national figures that there's more stores opening up nationwide. How about in New Jersey? Do we have figures on that?
We don't have any specific Jersey, but I can tell you the beauty of New Jersey is we're somewhat inoculated, I think, from some of these larger mass closings. When you see a national chain, closing 200 stores nationwide, New Jersey tends to lose maybe 1 or 2. We're such a densely populated state. we are a perfect state for retailers, and I think that shows a lot when you see these larger chains closing and only closing maybe one or two or just a handful of stores in New Jersey, where other states are getting hit a lot worse.
In New Jersey, Toys R Us is going to hurt, though, because they were headquartered here.
They are headquartered, and they're a good member of our association. And so we hate to see anybody struggling, but unfortunately, it's not a new story. There's been a lot of retailers, as I said, over the years that have struggles, and there's been a lot of retailers that you thought were dying and have come back strong. I have some of my own members that I thought at one point they would no longer be in existence, and they're now healthy and vibrant companies. They've been able to make a turnaround. So I never count anybody out until it's truly over.
I think it was right, exactly, because I think that was shocking to a lot of people that Toys R Us closed up, because it seemed like they were dominating the market. It seemed like they were the iconic brand when it came to toys, the place to go when it comes to toys. So it was shocking to a lot of people. Do you do analysis? Do you figure out what went wrong with the retail company so that other people won't make the same mistake?
No, I mean that's there's so many multiple factors that could really impact retailers. We don't do that. We're more of advocates for the
I get it.
for the industry as a large, and I've always been bullish on the industry, but I've never been more optimistic in probably the last 10 years than the state of affairs today. I mean, I really feel the industry is transforming, but it's transforming in a positive way, and it's a healthy industry.
One positive sign, I would think, is that many, like Amazon, many of these retailers that started online are now starting to become brick and mortar. I'm watching an Amazon store now open up in malls.
Absolutely, absolutely. Bricks and mortar stores are going to exist certainly in our lifetime, probably our children's lifetime. You know, the days of the George Jetson pushing a button and a product appearing, are a little farther down the road. But I mean, bricks and mortar, there's always going to be a demand for that. To what extent, how big the stores are, I think that's probably more of the questions that remain to be answered. But bricks and mortar is here for the long term.
And something we've talked about a lot are the way malls are being transformed now, because they've realized that they can't just be stores anymore. They have to have other attractions. I was telling you that we have a Legoland near us in a mall, and that's happening all across the country and in New Jersey.
Yeah, I mean, shopping, and I think that's one thing consumers are asking for, more of an experience. So they want other options. Even within the stores, when they go into a store, there's a lot more high tech, virtual reality and augmented reality, things like that. I mean, it's you need to offer and make it an experience, and more than just coming and touching and feeling a product. You need to give someone more of a reason to come in and shop.
I have to ask you this because I just realized this. Jared Kushner owns a mall in New Jersey, doesn't he?
I believe he does.
Do you ever deal with him?
No, I don't.
I would think that he would be part of your association.
Well, we deal with the actual retailers, not necessarily the builders and developers of the retail.
Thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks so much.
I had to ask that question. John Holub is the president of the New Jersey Retail Merchants Association.